throughout the entire month, and I'm so pleased when I am with you for these gourmet holiday shows that we always get to bring something that's a little new, that's a little exciting, and we have something very special in this one day only value from Mrs Prindables. Your price is going up at the end of the day.
Yep.
If you want to take advantage of it now, all these other sale prices in the show, for the most part, are expiring at the end of the month. This is at the end of the day. It's in 54978. 16 pieces in the assortment, so it breaks down to 8 apples. 8 of the pretzel rods that are all, everything is individually wrapped. It's about caramel, it's about chocolate, it's about deliciousness. Lori Shore has been bringing Mrs Prindables to QVC for years. My dear.
So good to be here with you.
This is fabulous as far as I'm concerned, because you know for years that I have turned to Mrs Prindables to give gifts to people, the people who come and help out with, and we have so many things because you and I have kids.
Yeah.
There's so many people we need to thank, and I want it to be
one
meaningful.
teacher. What did I know?
When we were growing up, it was one teacher, but it's not that way anymore. What are we getting in the assortment?
This is all about versatility. So exactly what Sharon said. So you get 16 individually wrapped gourmet confections, or 8 sets if you want to look at it that way too, and we'll show you all the different ways you can use these. But let me go through exactly what you're getting in the flavors here. Now keep in mind, each item comes individually wrapped. We just took them out of the wrapping just so you could see the flavors better. Whenever we can, we try to include our #1 most popular flavor, and we did that for you here. Triple chocolate chip. So we take that tangy sweet apple, we dunk it in our made from scratch caramel, and then we blanket it with milk chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, and dark chocolate chips. 4 of those. The next 4 of your 8 apples total is our jingle sprinkle mix. And this is that classic caramel again. And then red, white, and green sprinkles in honor of the holidays is just all over that.
And I miss these. I used to wait for just the all sprinkle assortment to come out, and we don't really see that so much anymore. So I'm so glad they're in here.
I'm so glad, and it's a chance to really appreciate our caramel, I think, because it's not too overshadowed when you get the sprinkles. And then at the very bottom, this is something that is so, I just love it, and I hope you get a chance to try these. These are our chocolate caramel pretzel rods. So we dunk our pretzel rods in that caramel we're famous for on our apples, and robe them in chocolate, and then do a hand application of drizzle in white chocolate. So 8 apples, 8 pretzel rods. And let me just add one other thing real quickly.
Yes.
I love these pretzel rods, but it's tough to put people in a position to say, gosh, if I'm going to order maybe one Mrs Prindables assortment, I still want to get the apples in there, you know? So you get your 8 apples, but you also get to try out the 8 pretzel rods. There you go.
And you know what? This really, you're starting with fresh produce, and then you're getting this most amazing caramel that I was just showing you. They generously, I mean, just dunk, whatever you want to say, getting that chocolate on the outside, but it starts with the produce, and you pick the apples very specifically based on what Mother Nature provides.
Exactly. So, you know, we're not going to dunk these until right before they ship out to you. We don't even have the apples that we're going to be using yet. We're going to be monitoring the U.S. apple crop. We're going to bring you what we believe are the best tangy sweet apples. Usually that's Granny Smith, like we have right here. It can be an Empire apple, just something that provides that neat little tangy contrast to all the decadent toppings. So yes, tangy sweet U.S. grown apple, dunked right before it's shipped in that caramel and covered in those yummy toppings.
And speaking of shipping, we have 2 ship dates, November 3rd or December 4th. If you would like to get these coming to your home, or using the bill to ship to option to send the box with all the goodness in it to a particular person's house. It could be the aunt and uncle and the cousins. It could be your mom and dad. It could be a best friend. It could be to the teacher's house, wherever it is. Over 600 are now gone, and as far as I know, because I have a pretty good relationship with our buyers here at QVC, as far as I know, they do not have plans at the moment to do another apple and pretzel assortment for the rest of the year. So if you want to get them both together, this might be your only opportunity.
Absolutely. There are no other plans. I mean, never say never, and we will jump at the opportunity if we can. But last year there was one assortment where we combined the 2, and this year this is the only one that we have planned so far. So this is the other flavor. And oh, forgive me for not cutting this for you.
That's okay. I'm going to grab this one.
You loved it.
That's okay.
This is the
I know how it goes here, Lori Shore.
She knows me way too well. Let me just, no pride left in me when I'm around Sharon. So that yummy melt in your mouth caramel, that's so good. And look at those happy sprinkles. I mean, yummy, the colors of the season. While it occurs to me, we're going to be talking about auto delivery in a jiff. The only thing that changes is the sprinkle colors in time for spring. Not that we have to go there now, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
So holiday sprinkles on the assortment.
So what I will tell you about the chocolate apple is that caramel is creamy, All 3 different flavors of the chocolate are just creamy chocolate deliciousness, but the apple is always crisp. It is juicy, just a hint tart. It shines through, and it's about a contrast in textures and flavors, which is why Mrs. Prindables is always so special. And then when you get this delivered, you have it delivered to someone's house, everything has a home, is what I like to say. So everything is very well protected inside the box.
Yeah, I love showing that. I love the fact that you mentioned the bill to ship to option. This can be an entire family of gifts. And think about, so rarely we have this opportunity, not only are you sending those gourmet caramel apples, but the pretzel rods too. I also want to remind you, 8 sets if you want to do wow gifts. 1 pretzel rod with 1 apple.
And it's still less
times.
than $5 a gift if you want to give that away, which I think is great. Over 1,100. Over 1,100 are now ordered and reserved because, again, this will ship November 3rd or the week of December 4th. So you're reserving your order right now, and it will ship just at the right time for whatever your holiday gathering is. November shipment at this point is more limited. I'm going to go in on my buy of the sprinkles, and then we'll get into the auto delivery, because one of the reasons I love just the sprinkles on the caramel is that the sprinkles add a lot of crunch and a lot of texture, but they don't overwhelm the caramel or the apple itself. And so I think it lets the caramel shine through really beautifully.
You were the first person that pointed that out to me, and I so agree with you.
It's a textural thing. Oh, I love it.
I love that.
It's so good.
And isn't that so good to hear? I feel like we can say this about both the apples and the pretzel rods and all the flavors here. Great for the adults, great for the kids. Right away you see sprinkles and you think, kids, they're going to be jumping on that. And my girls love their sprinkles.
Everybody.
That when you use good ingredients, this is for everybody.
And this is what you will get in either November or December with your red and green and white sprinkles. However, we have very little auto delivery in the show for you today, but this is one of the few items where we do have auto delivery. If you lock in, you'll get your first shipment in either November or December. Your second shipment is what you see over here that will arrive in March, in spring, just on time for Easter. And there's only really 1 change, right?
Exactly. These festive, spring-looking sprinkles right there. So the exact same assortment at that price, and that unique opportunity to get our apples and to try out, if you haven't before, those yummy chocolate caramel pretzel rods.
Now, just before we go to the phones, because I do not want to lose Etta on the phone, if someone's doing this for the first time and they don't know that these should be refrigerated, how do we keep them fresh?
Thank you. Straight into the fridge. Okay, right when you
get
them
apples.
out. Exactly.
The pretzels don't need to be in the fridge,
Exactly. And up to 3 weeks. We say up to 3 weeks in the fridge. But the point is, if you order that November ship date, be fresh easily through Thanksgiving in the fridge, and same with the December in the fridge, fresh through Christmas.
And then when you slice them up, make sure you take them out of the fridge, maybe 45 minutes. Let them rest a little at room temperature. Easier to cut, easier to eat, delicious consistencies throughout if you give it 45 minutes. 2,100 are gone. We're looking at the pretzels. Etta is with us from California. Etta, welcome into QVC. My name is Sharon, and this is Lori Shore. How are you today?
Good. I'm very good.
Good.
How about you guys?
We're awesome, because we're talking about apples and caramel and pretzels.
Etta, have you tried the apples or the pretzels before?
Yes, I'm a devoted fan. I always order them, and I separate them for gifts.
Good.
I give individuals, and they all love it every year. So I stock up in this season because it's great. They come on the time of Christmas.
Perfect. So you get the December ship date. So you've had our apples before. Have you ever tried the pretzel rods?
Yes, I have.
Wait, how do you describe those? I feel like we talk about the apples more because we're, obviously known for pioneering gourmet caramel apples. What do you think about the pretzel rods?
I like it. Salt and sweet go together.
Don't they?
Sometimes when we think about this, I tried one time to do the pretzel with the caramel.
Yeah.
And I think for the chocolate, it's the tricky part.
It's the tricky part, that enrobing.
It's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, I can eat it by myself. Sometimes it's hard, but yeah, those are better than the apples.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for just kind of making us an annual tradition. We are truly honored.
Well, thank you for having it every July.
It is our pleasure. I'm so glad you were with us today, and I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Thanks, Etta.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So don't forget, you're getting a total of 8 apples. 4 of them are going to be in that triple chocolate that everybody knows and loves. How many did you say, Jason? 2,600 are now gone. 4 of them are going to be in the caramel and the festive tricolor sprinkles of the red, the green, and the white. And you're getting 8 of the caramel and chocolate enrobed pretzel rods, all of which, everything's individually wrapped. A pretzel rod and an apple, less than $5 a gift, my friends. My dear, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And by the way, that price, again, is not good until the end of the month. It's actually going up at the end of the day. But I wanted to remind you, you can go to QVC.com, and in that search bar, you can put in gourmet holiday and have the chance to see all kinds of marvelous things as we celebrate Christmas in July, some of which you only see in Christmas in July, and then not even necessarily in the last portion of our year before the holidays. So it's not just about the food, it's about ways to serve, it's about ways to gift, and you will see all kinds of wonderful things there. But before we have some great things to round out the show, like lobster and chocolate. Take it away, Leah.
Oh my goodness, Sharon. So I have to tell you, a surf and turf dinner is kind of really a special kind of meal. We are bringing you from Rastelli Market Fresh 4 6-ounce filet mignon, 4 lobster tails. And by the way, these are Maine wild caught lobster